Okay, work for me here. There we go. Just close the door here. Hi, Chow. I'm gonna close the door because Mike took off, and when he comes back, Duke will start screaming. See if anybody else hops on. So it was so weird because a whole bunch of us got this type of video in our feed. Hi, Melissa. Are you back from Mexico? And I was tripping because how is it that all of us, or many of us, got this in our feed? And humor me here. And this is called neurographic art. And it's just basically lines and circles and just rounding off corners and stuff. So, but, you know, posted something about it in my group. And all of a sudden people were popping in saying, yeah, they were just watching it, or they saw it in their feed. And I kind of thought, that is just so weird, because it's not, you know, it's not card making. Hi, Gloria. It's, okay, 1 second here. I told him I was going live. Honey, I'm live, but thank you.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. That's all right, thanks. Cool. Got a package. Neato. Anyways, I started thinking about how the analytics work, and how maybe just one of our kind of group watched that video, and the algorithms decided that, well, maybe other people from that group. And so I started feeling like, I wonder how many people did this. And someone did post me a picture that they had already done one. And yeah, a lot of us remember doing this kind of stuff when we were kids. But I started getting, so you know, I'm crazy. I'd like to write a book one day, but I started thinking about how if everybody was sitting down doing this at the same time, that there wasn't some sort of weird, like we're all calling aliens or something. I don't know. I just kind of tripped on that. And, you know, and the other things that we see in our Facebook feeds, like name a city without the letter E, or a state without the letter E, or some garbage like that. Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. I painted this with Simon Hurley inks. Let's see. I used my favorite, Over the Moon, Guppy, Bee Sting, Game Over, Clear Skies, Midnight Snack, Crown Me, Overzealous, and Psych. I think that's all. They're really nice to watercolor with. I like doing that. But we're going to do something different today, but I just wanted to talk about this for a minute because it just kind of blew me away that a bunch of us got this in our feed right around the same time. I'm blown away. But yeah. This, so I sat down and did this. It took me about an hour and a half, I guess. And I'm going to do a lot more of these. Yeah, I know they're fishing things. And hi, Barbara. Oh, hi, Elizabeth. Yeah, and I know they're all fishing things. So I usually answer with something really snarky, like mind your own business and stuff like that. Or give some stupid answer that has nothing to do with me or my life. Yeah, so I do know that. But it's amazing how connected we really are. And when I was doing this, I was thinking about that, and about how, you know, the connections are here. And I just wrote some, you know, some sort of affirmations out on here because the point of this is supposed to be therapeutic. Um, oh, cool. Anyways, packages are always fun. I just got some happy mail myself. I don't even know what's in it. Let's find out. Let's find out what somebody sent me. Came from Lexington, Kentucky. Oh, okay. It's a hot glue gun. Anyway, we'll talk about that on another video. It wasn't supposed to come till tomorrow. Today, we are going to play with, so if you don't already know, I'm on the Art Stacks design team. And I am waiting for my physical paper to come. Art Stacks does sell digitals as well, so I was able to download some digitals, but the physical paper is coming from Australia, so it'll get here when it gets here. But I'm going to make a card using these and some other stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut these out. And talk amongst yourself while I'm cutting, because you know how that goes. This is my favorite. The set that comes from is called Anemones and Friends. And after the video, I'll leave a link in the bottom. And this is not a design team video. It's just a video. It's just, I felt like going live because I've been bored. I've organized my craft room to death and I'm done with that. Let me move that light out of my eyes. And you get to watch me fussy cut. This is, I printed this out on 80-pound accent opaque. That light is still shining right in my eyes. Hi, Dawn. If I didn't say hi, Pam. Hi, Pam. And this isn't that hard to cut out. So I'm going to be cutting this out and I'm going to be cutting the flower out so that they're separate. Now, I did take these into Photoshop and resize them because the original print is a much larger print. But because I'm making a card, let me see, where am I here? I wanted it smaller. And I wanted to print two on the same page as to not waste paper. I'll be doing a review of some hemp paper. I bought some samples. I'm just waiting for them to come because I'm starting to feel like I need to pay more attention to, you know, I don't know if any of you read my tree poem, but our neighbor, her cedar tree got struck by lightning and part of it had fallen into her yard, just like a limb off of it. And so she hired somebody to cut it down. And I'm going to tell you, I've known that tree ever since I've lived here, which is about 15 years. And I cried my little eyes out. And then someone pointed out on my Facebook after I wrote that poem that our beautiful paper was made of trees. And I was just like feeling real guilty. Like real guilty. And so I thought I'd try an alternative paper. In the long run, the tree was a friend of mine, right? So it's kind of like if I had a pet chicken, I could not kill him and eat him, but I had no issue letting the store do it. Okay, now I'm going to cut out this flower. That shouldn't take too long. I could have, you know, like separated this out in Photoshop and taken it to my Cricut, but Honestly, it's just quicker to fussy cut it out. I'm all over quick. What other alternatives do you guys know? Hi, Mama Bear. You didn't eat your chickens, just their eggs. Well, you ate, yeah. I have no, I have no moral objection. It just, I felt some kind of way, that's all. So, you know, trying to think about sustainability, and we're going to try the hemp paper. Honestly, it isn't cost effective for someone like me, who, you know, I make YouTube videos and I do stuff for design teams. I make a lot of cards, and the highest quality hemp paper is like $1 a sheet. So, but, you know, if you wanted to, I don't know, if you were a casual card maker or something like that, be okay. The hopefully, though, I mean, the reason it's so expensive is because either, you know, the laws. And hemp, by the way, is not marijuana. It's hemp. It's in the family, kind of like, I don't know, different types of flowers or something like that. Okay, I've got these cut out, and now what I need to do is I need to make a background. So let me grab a slice of watercolor paper, because I'll do some ink smushing. Let's see, where is my trimmer? I organized everything, and the reason I did that is I bought a whole bookmaking kit and couldn't find the entire kit. I was like, all right, something's really wrong with you here. So I'm going to trim this down to 5 by 4 1/4. Butchie Burger, oh my gosh. Hi, Jennifer. And I have eaten a cow that I've met before too, but I didn't like it. I mean, it tasted okay, but I felt bad because I knew her. I'm looking for my water. Ugh. I know I have a whole gallon of water here somewhere, but I don't know where it went. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta fill up with water. I keep bells on all my doors, by the way. I don't know, something my mother did, some sort of a good luck thing or something like that. Okay, let's get Nancy Bear out. Meat rabbits. I've never eaten a rabbit before. I think you're right, Meg. I think you're absolutely right. So, looking at the colors here, let's see, I've done one already. I've got pink, and I like to coordinate them best I can. Okay, let me think about this. I want to go in with my lightest color first. So I am going to go in with antique linen. I know it's hard to see on that, but it's there. I'm going to just, I feel like I didn't cut that right. Yeah, I didn't, but that's okay. I can trim it down. And I'm working on the smooth side. Just very light application there. Give it a dry. They canceled school for tomorrow. We don't even have any snow on the ground. It's cold, but there's no snow. I'm just kind of drying this up a little bit, so I'm going to give it another dip. I think I got a wee bit too much water. There we go. Soak it up. All right, let me just wipe that off. Dry it. Oh gosh, Melissa, it used to be like that when I lived in Idaho, but yeah, I'm a California native, Oregon native. So snow, I mean, I lived close to a ski resort, so you could drive 30, 40 miles and be in the snow, but downtown, it wasn't like that. Okay, let's go in now. I'm going to grab, actually, I'm going to go for my Lavinia ink. This is mulberry. So this stuff, you can do the same thing. I'm just going to move it around with my fingers here a little bit and just start dipping in. Okay, get that wiped off. Oops, sorry about the whole earthquake there. Oh, Massachusetts? Yike. I don't think I could live where there's typical snow in the winter. Give it a little squirt with water. The Lavinia inks act really cool with water, by the way. And then I'll just dab. And let's get a new one. Let's go with, I'm going to go with truffle. And it seems like it's brown, and it's kind of brown. It's kind of reminds me of coffee. I'm going to go light with that. Well, kind of. Just move this out of the way. Give this a dry, well, give this another little squirt. Get it moving around a little. Give it a dry. Thank you. Thank you very much. Happy Martin Luther King Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, everyone, by the way. I'm off work. I'm happy about that. Get a 3-day weekend, because my weekends are Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Okay. Give it another, kind of get these colors moving around a bit. Days off are great. Man, my job is so stressful. Oh yeah, so anyways, and back to the neurograph. I want to tell a story about something happened at work. So as a lot of you know, I work for Verizon. I work in technical support, but I used to work in customer service. And I worked the early shifts, so 5:45 to 2:45, which I absolutely loved because I was off work nice and early. But there are people believe it or not, they're kind of serial callers. And there was a guy, he called in, and I know he was just doing some sort of social experiment. Because his question was, first of all, he asked me for the phone number, or asked the representative, and there were a lot of us, for the phone number of the nearest Verizon store. Right? And so, you know, and then he would just casually say, well, you know, we asked where he was. He'd say he was in Kansas City. And so we'd find him the number, and then he'd say, you know, I have a question for you. What if you were on a Greyhound bus and there was a rider on board who was drunk, and the driver kicked him out in the middle of nowhere? What would you do? And that was his question, and he posed it to everyone. I'm looking for my Kish Flamingo here, guys. I know it's here. I just used it, but I can't find it. Where are you? There you are. And so a lot of people got that call. And there nothing ever, you know, he just wanted to know what you would do if you were a passenger on that bus. And the person that got kicked off the bus was left off in the middle of nowhere. So that's my story, one of my stories of working in a call center. But I thought, you know, this guy's doing some sort of weird social experiment, but he never, you know, he never really lets on what it's about. I need another color in here. Let's go with brushed corduroy. It is, yeah, it's a weird thing to ask, but, you know, it's surprising what a person might do. You know, honestly, at work, you really don't, you can't spend a lot of time on something like that, even though you want to. I mean, being a social person and being a person who cares about humanity, you kind of want to engage, but you kind of can't, because, well, once that person becomes known as somebody that calls all the time, yeah, the 5:45 a.m. calls were kind of crazy. Right, Meg, but think about it, maybe back in a time when more people rode a Greyhound, less people had a cell phone. There were pay phones. But yeah, I mean, the person is drunk, so, you know, you're in a position to not know about your own safety at that point. Dawn, that's a good one. I'll have to remember that if he ever calls again. It's been years. I've had him call 3 times, but now I work in technical support, and I don't think he gets past the our care department, because they nobody gets to go directly to tech support. They have to go through care first. He must have been bored, but I mean, think about it. If he was in St. Louis, it was 5:45 in the morning. I think it would probably been 5:45 for him as well, because it was Central Time, my time. I think Missouri is also Central Time. I could be wrong. I'm known to be wrong. Okay. All right, now I'm going to just hand blend in a little bit more pink. Where did my pink go? Here it is. Oh, that's still wet right there. Okay. I think I'll use a brush. Because when you hand blend in over the top with an oxide, it quiets everything down. see how it quieted that down right there? Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, thank you, Chow. I'm just kind of working on straightening out the paper. And let me go ahead and trim it to the proper size here, because I had a little fuzzy math when I was trimming it down. It needs to be 4 inches. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm just kind of working with the paper, kind of straightening it out. That's as straight as I'm going to be able to get it. Now I need to think about how I want this. And what I did, and I cut this one a little bit smaller so I have room for a sentiment, is I'm going to take, let's see, where did I put it? I think I left it out. This is a die from Catherine Puller. I mean, not a die, a stamp. I can't, it's called the Love Note background stamp. And my trick is figuring out which way's up. And I happen to know that I have this on here upside down. So I'm going to just go ahead and put that over and be done with that. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to ink it up in black. Just part of it. And I'm going to take my little hands, I'm just going to lay them on here, and just kind of firmly push in. Oh, I love Lavinia ink. I do. I love it. Okay, so there we've got our little kind of decorated hands. It's a little bit on the dark side, but now you see why I cut out the flower, because I didn't want to lose my flower. Didn't want ink on the flower. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of let this dry a little bit. I'm going to take my charcoal pencil. Is this charcoal? Yeah, it is. I think it is. Yeah. And I don't have a blending stump, y'all. I mean, I have one. I just can't find it anywhere. But what I want to do here, and it's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to just accentuate the lines and shadows here on these little hands. Because, you know, you lose some of them when you do that printing. So I get quiet, I'm just focusing. And then just kind of blend them out a little. You see it brings those shadows back in that you kind of lost, and the delineations between the fingers. Charcoal pencils are very forgiving. If you make a mistake, you can just erase it with an eraser. And as you can see around the flower here, I'm going to want some shadow. But if I glue this on first, I won't be able to get it up into where I need it. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of outline lightly. I'm pressing very lightly. And I'm just going to kind of blend in. Yeah, if you have a blending stump, it works much better. I did print some of this out on tissue and experimented with it. But what I'm finding is with the tissue, because Heather, when you buy art stacks, Heather actually sends the tissue, the pre-printed tissue that you can use. So the Art Stacks packs include different types of stuff in them. Now you see when I lay this down on here, I've got a little bit of shadow behind it. That's all the simple work I'm doing there. I am going to outline the hands here. And you'll have to excuse my Copic marker. I ran out of black marker. Fingers are wonderful blenders, except for, you know, honestly, you know, you have oils on your fingers, and so depending on what you're trying to blend, sometimes it's not the best idea. And I think I'll use my brush tip. I hate using my brush tip because I don't want to wreck it, but is what it is. I'll just buy another one someday because I just want to be super careful here. But I do want to make sure that this gets delineated from the kind of busy background. So if you guys make a neurographic art, a piece of neurographic art, I would love to see it in our Facebook group because, you know, I want to see your guys' stuff. That's why I created the group. Otherwise, we wouldn't need one, right? I could just sit here and talk about myself, but I'm not going to do that. All right. Now, I'm not going to do the flower in black. I'm going to do it in pink. Okay, let me grab a fuchsia colored marker here. You have to be careful with these markers because sometimes they lie about their color. These are the Cali Arts. And although this looks fuchsia, it could possibly be orange. Yeah, it's kind of orange. It's not going to work. Let's try this one. Yeah, that's pink. Hi, Crystal. How'd the surgery go? Oh, you're going to the favorite cake store? Yummy. Lucky. Mike went out. He asked me if I wanted anything. I didn't think about that. I'm just trying to be very careful, but inevitably I do get it on the inside of the flower, but that's why I chose pink, so it wouldn't mess it up too bad. I'm going to show you guys something here, something that I made. I'll probably do a video, but people will probably think it's stupid. But I like to make my own tools and jigs out of necessity because, like for instance, where is it? It's in my book. I need a T-roller that isn't gigantic, so I can fit it in my stamping platform. And I need just a 6-inch ruler. I don't need a 12. I mean, I need a 12-inch. And this thing right here is a jig that I was wishing those guys had for Stamp Wars the other night because it's a tag jig. And I decorated it because I like my stuff decorated, but I'll show you just on a scrap here. I can find a scrap. Here we go. So you got your tag. Maybe you just want a 1/4 inch. You just lay this against there, clip off the 1/4 inch. Want a 1/2 inch. So it's 1/2 inch this direction. So you have to decide how much you want this direction, right? Now the Tim Holtz ones, they're a 1/4 inch. That's their angle. But I have all the way up to a 1 inch angle. 1/2 inch is probably my favorite though. You just line it up like that. Clip that off. Line it up on the other side, same way. Clip it off and you have perfect corners for your tags. Ta-da! Yeah, you watch my tool creation. Okay, so we've got our parts here ready to rock. I'm not happy with this background. It's too dark. Let's lighten it up a little. Watch this trick. Look what I have. Because I used watercolor, I'm just going to lighten this bad boy up. I'm just going to douse it with water. Now I'm going to give it a dry, and I'm going to let that water move around. I just wasn't happy with how dark it was for a Valentine, you know. Grab a paper towel. Much better. Put some vellum. If I had, oh, that's a good idea. I actually have, I have some white gesso from Dina Wakley. I haven't found that I've been able to blend it smoothly. You know, the transition is really rough, which is okay in some instances. I think the white ink is probably better as far as spreading it out. Just making sure it's totally dry here before I try to glue on it. Oh, white pastel. Oh, you know what I have? You know, I have pan pastel. Let's see. That's a good idea, Meg. Let's try it. Let's find out. Okay, let me grab a squishy here. I've got a squishy dedicated to white that I've gotten dirty. That's okay. All right, let's see here. Well, this kind of, all right, now let's blend it in. Yeah, see, this stuff blends better, so it does. It will lighten it out some. It could have dried it a little more. Let's see here. Let's see how hands look on here. I need them down here, and I will be trimming them off. I think I have a pinkish color in here somewhere. Is somebody having, oh, well, it doesn't look blurry to me, but then again, I'm the creator, so it could be anything. Let's get some more. I just feel like I want more pink. Pan pastels are cool. I never thought I would use them, ever. I think the first person I saw use them was Chow on a Stamp Wars, and I'm like, okay, that might be fun. And then Stacy sent me some regular pastels, a big old package of them, and I played with those a bit, had some fun with those. And then went ahead and bit the bullet. Now you want to fix this because it will kind of wipe off. And what I'll do is I'll give it, see? And you could fix it with hairspray or something else. I'm not going to because this is just a demo. So if I send somebody the card and they get pan pastel on them, sorry. Hey, Nancy. Happy Monday. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue this on. Let me decide where I want the bottom. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I could put the, I could put those love words on the background as well, but I think it would get a little bit too dang busy. Okay. Let's get these kind of centered. Okay. Bye, Pam. You wouldn't complain, Melissa? Oh, if you got the pan pastels on your hands. Oh, and I just got some on my hands, so that's the typical me. All right, now we're going to get the flower, and I'm going to put the flower on. Let me find its matching bottoms here. Kind of hard to see. I'm looking for, there we go. I'm looking for this matching one there. And I'm just going to do the middle with glue, because I don't mind if it kind of warps. I don't mind it a bit. I kind of want it to. It gives it even more of dimension. Okay, and then let me grab, I've got some Nouveau Jewel Drops, and this color is Limoncello. And I got these from, the Tonic website, like on clearance for super cheap. And I'm just gonna pop that on there. I'm gonna set it aside for a minute and let it kind of dry a little and figure out a sentiment. There is where we have issues. So I've got these. I super like you. These are adorable, but they don't go with the vibe of the card. What else? What else I got? These, I think, are Crafter's Companion. Happy birthday. You're the best. No. I do not have much in the way of Valentine, that's for sure. I have a lot of stickers. All right. I wonder if the love sentiment will fit there. Looks like it would. Yeah. I'm just not a mushy person. Okay. There we go. I like this one. Now that's going to be tricky to get on there though. And these, I don't know who these are made by, but this is most definitely not photopolymer. I can tell because it's really greasy. But it works. I've used it. I'm just going to stamp it on something else and emboss it, I think. I'll get that out of the way so I don't mess up. Oh no, poor Leo. Is he stinky? Duke has on again, off again mange, and he really suffers with it. He's on ivermectin right now, and it really makes him so sick. We hate giving it to him. But he was born with it. And he's allergic to grass, which is not helpful when dogs go outside to use the restroom in the grass. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to heat emboss that, and I believe, let me see. I believe I'll use clear, and I'll use a colored ink. And I'm going to go with Glamorous, I think. Let's see what it looks like. Yep, that'll be perfect. I need a different stamp, though. I'm getting my fingers in the stamps. This is my Catherine Puller little round dealy bob. There we go. Now need a piece of paper. A scrap will do. You don't want to see my scrap pile. Y'all, last night there was a giant stink bug right on my computer just staring at me. I was so upset. I had to get him myself. Usually I make Mike come get him. But I was making Mike do something else. So he was just sitting there staring at me. And I'm like, if I don't get him, he's going to get away from me. And then he's going to attack me later. So I had to get him myself. And I accidentally squashed him. I got stinky bug on my hands. It was awful. Oh, my dogs won't go near it. My cats, nobody. Okay. Let's see how I do here. Start up here. Thing about these cheapo stamps is you want to not press too hard on them or they just make a mushy mess. Let's see how that turns out. Sorry about the noise. My cord's tangled here. There we go. See, it's not very clear. But it'll be fine. It will be fine. I'm just reading back through the notes. Well, hi, Jennifer's cat. I love cats. I hate stink bugs, and they terrorize me like nobody's business. I mean, they're just, they hate me, and I hate them. It's mutual, and hate's a really strong word, but when it comes to stink bugs, yeah. And I'm like, what are you doing here anyway? It's freezing outside. You're supposed to be, you know, hiding your head in the sand or something. I don't know. Okay, let's do cutting. And I have the little baby tonic trimmer. What I do like about it is the edge is the edge. So, but what I'm going to do first is just trim part of it off so that I can better manage my paper here. So if you were to put it here, it would cut it there. So I'm just going to kind of line it up where I want it, make sure it's kind of even, best I can, and we'll clip it off. See, forever and always, make sure that's all straight. And then just line it up here on the little grid. Hi, Jen. Okay. And I can see that it isn't straight still. See if I lay this on here. Well, maybe it is. It doesn't look straight to me, but apparently it is. He has a new release. Is it ink or can you say? Oh, okay. Did you post it? I'll look at it. I'm going to go ahead and line the outside of this too with the pink. And I don't care that it's a different shade of pink. Main point here was I wanted to talk about those Neurographs. Nope, I don't like the pink on there. All right, more trimming. Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, okay, gotcha. So let me trim that down some, and I don't like it so big either. I do like this trimmer though. Just for little jobs. I almost got the top of that L. That's how I give myself a haircut. I cut my own bangs because my hair grows so fast and I don't feel like going to get it cut, so I'll just trim my bangs. You know what, guys? I just absolutely hate this stamp. I do. It's just wrong. Finding something else. I don't like it. Hey. Okay. How about I fall in love with you more each day? Oh, there's an I love you. That'll work. Yeah, I thought I saw on Instagram, and I'm just really bad with Instagram. Like, I don't understand how to work it. So, because I see sometimes you tag me and post it, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? Yeah, just plain old I love you is going to do the job. And this is a photopolymer stamp. These were from the card kit last year. I haven't bought any this year. I haven't bought any since, I think, probably August, because they haven't struck my fancy as far as value. And look what I just did, because I forgot about that Nuvo. It's a good thing it's a kind of a translucent color. If I do it like this, I'm going to do directly on. So I will use, since I already smeared my Nuvo stuff, I will use my stamping platform. Yeah. Hey, you know what, too? So I know, some of you know, I have a Gemini. Okay, it's a full-size Gemini, and it is gaudy gold because it's the only one they had on this particular today's special. So I bought it, and I hate it. But it's super heavy. I don't know how I would ship it. I think I'm going to just go for black on this one. Let me see here. Yep. Going for black. Spray paint it? Oh my God. If you ever saw anything I ever spray painted. It's not that. It's that. I'll show you. I'll show you how bad. I don't know about the Gemini Junior. But I had used these plates maybe 5 or 6 times. And wait till you see how bad they are. It's just got so much pressure that it just warps the crud out of the plates. There, I like that, nice and simple. But I think I will cut this down some, just to kind of keep this focal, not lose stuff in it. Look at, okay, here's the magnetic mat, which I accidentally cut. Look how warpy that is. Look at this plate. Then I wrecked my Omnigrid mat, thinking, following somebody's lead, I don't know. And then look at this plate. Like, these are expensive, and I just don't want to spend that kind of money, after 4 or 5 die cuts. Yeah, the big one, yeah, I think I paid probably $400 for my Gemini. And I saw some on eBay and stuff last night while I was looking for a gold one to post a picture. And they were like $200. And I'm like, well, that kind of makes me mad because this one's just sat in a closet because I'm not interested in using it. I like my Vagabond. I'm going to trim this down to 5 by 3 3/4 with my deckel trimmer. Getting caught up under my flower there. Okay, right about there. And this is always an eyeball situation. Yeah, that makes it more focal. See, the other one I did, the hands were bigger, so made a difference. Well, I mean, even if he did, Nancy, unless they were, you know, better than the plates that come with it, and they probably are, I'm gonna distress the edge there. This, no point in buying it. No, I'm good with my, there's nothing even I'm gonna die cut bigger than what my Vagabond handles or my regular Big Shot. So I was gonna give it away, but the shipping is just ridiculous because it's so heavy. There we go. All right, so now I need to mat that, and let's mat it on black. Hang on. I organized all my cardstock so I can't find it. We'll deckel that too. It snapped. See, that scares the heck out of me. I have my old plate, my very first plate from my, I also have a Revolution, and it's got a crack in it, but I'm cutting this to 4 by 5 1/4, by the way. But I use it for like embossing and stuff because I don't want my good plates to get warped so quick. 1/4, 4, there we go. Save that scrap. Yep, I like that matted on there. Fisker's Fuse, I've never even heard of that. Oh, she does her, she puts her plates in hot water. Yeah, that's why I had used my, one of my more expensive cutting mats too on Jennifer's suggestion, but it just wrecked my cutting mat, and they're not cheap. The, you know, the ones that are for fabric cutting, because I went to go replace one, the one that I wrecked, and it was like $30 for just a small one. So I'm like, yeah, I know they have them at the dollar store, but not my dollar stores. Yeah, I don't think she has to do that. I did try boiling water also, and I also tried, because I have the I have this magic mat from scrapbook.com, and I tried the heating it method. It didn't work. And then my new one, even though it hasn't warped, after a few uses, it doesn't really work good anymore. So I use it for cutting stuff out, and that's fine. All right. Get that stuck down here. And let's get a card base. And we'll do a white card base. Yeah. I mean, you could have something just plain and nothing on it, and if you stack it like this, it looks cool. Oldie and wicked heavy. Oh my gosh, you talk like, you know, where is it? He doesn't play Happy Gilmore. He plays, I don't know, I forgot, Mr. Deeds. And they say that a lot. I don't know where they live, though. Someplace, somewhere where there's pizza. The cool thing about the decal trimmer is you don't have to get this on here perfect. Yeah, they're consumables, and I have quite a few. I replace them when they get funky. But the magic mat, it was fine, like I said, for about the first 10-15 uses, and then it stopped. It's almost like it maybe it was thicker and the pressure squished it a little so that my stuff was not cutting then. And I put my regular Sizzix mat spout on there and it worked just fine. All right, let's get some blingy bling on there. I think. I should swatch out the Lavinia inks for you sometime. I'm not affiliated with a Lavinia in any way. I just like their ink. What's this? Oh, I know what that is. That's gold glitter that I made from Tim Holtz Glitter. I want hearts. Maybe I want hearts. No, maybe I don't. Maybe I just want... I'm just going to go with sequin. Couldn't tell you where those came from. Probably a kit with my Simon Says stamp Valentine kit last year. Hey, Abraham. Just kind of quickly glancing at comments here. Let's decide. Decide. I want a white one. I guess I'll take a heart shape. No, I don't want a heart shape one. Let's go with a silver one. Silvery pinky. And a big old white one. Oh, there's two there. I bought the lantern set from Catherine Pooler. I'm waiting on it. I don't like those on there. Sorry. I just like it better without. I have a better idea. Let's take a Posca pen. Bye, Melissa. Enjoy getting your hair. Gonna wash that gray right out of your hair. Okay, I'm just shaking it up, and I have the white one. And all I'm going to do is just make some dots here and there. That's all. Done. 71. Florida got hit by a tornado yesterday. Oh my gosh. Just reading comments there. Yeah, we had rain and snow yesterday. It was fun to watch. But I mean, all it did was left black ice. So there's a simple Valentine. The other one I made, part of the printables that came, well, they come, you could get them as not printables, but you can also buy the digitals, are these just snarky sentiments. And I like the vodka one. I'll show you the card for it. If I can find it piled in this. Oh, yeah, I've got it. These are Tim Holtz dies. But I just absolutely love this sentiment, and isn't it true? I love Posca pens. I have a few. I use them on my fairy cards, and you missed the beginning, so I'll show one more time. I created one of these neurographs. I'm waiting for the video to catch up. And what I did was I actually made it and used it for its purpose, which is a therapeutic type thing. So you just draw the lines and then you draw the circles and you just make sure that there are no sharp edges. So you fill in where everything crosses so there's no sharp edges. Then I painted it with Simon Hurley ink. Oh, cool. Thank you, Abraham. Appreciate that. Where do the sentiments come from? So the sentiments, those come from Art Stacks. And I'll put a link in the description box after the video. I am on the design team for Art Stacks. And I love this one too. I'm super lazy today. It's like normal lazy, but I'm wearing a cape. I mean, a lot of these you see other places. I like this one. Siri, do my ironing. Energy saving mode. I have mood poisoning. And so what's cool is you can print these out on tissue, and they basically will disappear right into the paper. I'll show you. Where did I put them? I think I put them in my card box. Well, this one, this is printed on paper. Now, it didn't disappear as well because I'm just using cheap Hallmark tissue, but when Heather sends out the tissue sentiments and stuff, it's on a special tissue that disappears into the paper. So it's cool stuff. Yeah, I know, right? So anyways, I appreciate people coming to, and yeah, the reason I wanted to talk about this is because if you're in my group, you'll see that I had posted an article about this, a YouTube article, and then all of a sudden people were coming in saying, yeah, I watched one like that. Yeah, I saw that in my feed. And I'm thinking, why would any of us see this in our feeds? Why? I mean, I could see why I might, because I also look at art journal videos, I look at junk journal videos, I look at drawing and painting videos. So, but I just thought it was really weird that they all hit us at the same time, and they're not new videos at all, but try this. It's really fun. So the tissue that I'm talking about comes in the Art Stacks that Heather sends out. So if you go to the Art Stacks website, let me just grab the link here. Hang on. I think it's Art STACKS.AU. Try that. I will link it below after the video, but she has a special printing process she does on tissue. And so when you buy one of the stacks, you'll get regular paper, you'll get cardstock, and you'll get tissue, depending on the stack that you choose. And I'm waiting on mine in the mail. That she is based in Australia, so mail. Yeah, he does. Yeah, so the neuro art is really super cool, but it was just weird that it came up on everybody's feed right around, you know, right within a few days of each other. That just kind of blew my mind. So I thought, and you'll see here that I put little let's see, I drank the Kool-Aid. It's fun though. I really enjoy doing this, and I'm gonna do more. There's a really cool one you can do that's a tree. What will I do with it? I think I'll make an art journal just for me. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. I was bored, and I thought, you know what? Let's go hang out with some friends here for a little while, because I'm bored and nobody's live and all that stuff. So does anybody have any other questions? Again, once I get my physical package from Art Stacks, then I'll do an unboxing and reveal of the actual physical product. But she let me download some of the printables just so that I could play with it and kind of be familiar with the product. And I will be reviewing a hot glue gun shortly. I mean, not live. I'll just do a video. And I guess I'll do the video with my tools for you guys. Everybody can use, Nancy, this is your tool right here. You needed this the other night during Stamp Wars. This is a jig for cutting corners. Thanks for coming, guys. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're watching the replay, I appreciate your time. If you're here with me today, it was cool hanging out with y'all. Have a good one. Bye-bye.